Hello, Curriculum Resources. This is your week 6 explanation. We are moving on to teachers' roles and what you believe uh, teachers' roles should be in the classroom, how involved they are, how supportive they are, and how to do effectively and development to appropriate ways so that kids are building off their curiosities and where they are developmentally. So, we're going to be looking at teachers in small group activities and teacher in large group or group time activities. So we've got two quizzes. We have our last field experience, and then we have our third submission of our time log, which will be the third set of 4 hours. These will all be due on the 30th. This goes to SLO4 about describing the teacher's role in early childhood classrooms. So the first one has to do with small group activities, which is chapter 3. And so that's going to be in your textbook. Um, these are going to be usually group sizes between anywhere from 3 to 6 kids where you're really focused on um, teaching a concept or a skill. This could be, we had assigned groups um, which had a mixture of children with hearing impairments and typically developing. Could be that you're doing one specifically on kids who are interested in cars or children who are at a specific reading level. Lots of different reasons you would do small group activities. It's the way to make sure that kids in both of these, if you have kids who always go to block center, what's the way that you can bring in that one skill you want to teach everybody to have? Here's a large group. And the thing with large groups, when I watch most large activities, kids sit for too long. So the younger they are, the less they can sit. It really does need to be active learning that they're doing. Large read alouds is part of it. A lot of times I just see kids sitting for too long and they get real antsy and then they start doing things that interest them rather than the activity, and then they get in trouble just because the teacher made the large group too long rather than the kid was really trying to misbehave. And I see that a lot. So making sure that these activities keep all the kids engaged at all times is really important. Next, we've got your field experience 3. And what this is you're going to be teaching a lesson. And here it is. Use whatever children are in your care. You can use your own children. You can use nieces, nephews. If you are in a child care center right now, you can use them. It doesn't matter if they're 10. It doesn't matter if they're 2. It doesn't matter. With the COVID and the lockdowns, we're going to do the best we can with what we've got, okay? So you're going to create a lesson. It's probably going to be more tailored to a small group. And then what you're going to do is you're going to video yourself for 2 minutes. Shoot it over the heads of the kids. That way we are not violating any type of law. I don't see their faces. Shoot it to where their backs of their heads are. So if they accidentally stand up, I don't see their faces. Totally trying to protect their privacy. If it's your own child and you don't mind me seeing them, that would be great as well. I have a template here for you guys. As it pulls up. And this is just a straight out lesson plan. If you're at a child care center that uses a different format, that's great. What I need to know is the concept, what you'll be teaching. This is going to be a behavioral objective. The student will be able to explain the 4 parts of a flower. The child will be able to create using loose parts. The child will be able to sort by color. The child will be able to, something along those lines, so I know what it is. Your materials, how you're going to teach the whole lesson. Okay, so that's going to be your small group time. The kicker is when you're working on a concept, how do you then embed it in their free play where they're playing and can practice that skill on their own in their own power? So if you're teaching about sorting up here by color, how can you get them to sort in math? How can you get them to sort in science? How can you get them to sort in reading and writing? How can you get them to sort in pretend? That's what I'm looking for. What can you take outside? Are you going to have a variety of rocks or sticks? Or are you going to have sorting blocks? Are you going to have, I don't, counting bears? What is it that you're going to have that extends this lesson? What are you going to do beyond just this activity? What books could you put out that are going to be on that topic? So this could be learning about dental tools or the dentist. This can be, I'm going to have a pretend center that's set up like a dentist office. I'm going to have books about dentists. I'm going to invite a dentist to come to class. That's what I'm looking for with this. And then whatever you used, if you use Pinterest, whatever books you're using, that's what I'm looking for in this. And I'm only going to see 2 minutes. Don't film the whole lesson, just 2 minutes for me to give you feedback on. So I can look at tone of voice, questions, being on their level, all that other kind of stuff. And I'll be able to see what else you had planned by doing this, okay? So after you do the 2 minute, so you're going to make this, do your 2 minute video, then you're going to write up a paper in APA formatting with a cover page, answering these 6 questions. What do you think went really well? You know, I think the kids were really engaged. They were asking a lot of questions. They had smiles. They acted excited. Do you think the video is typical? Did you get really nervous? Did you go into asking question mode? Did you go into, telling children to sit on their bottoms, instead of how you usually are where kids are moving around? How was your tone of voice? How did you engage the students? How did they respond? What areas do you think could have been improved? Okay. Still to this day, I walk out of every lesson, out of every video, out of every class and think, next time, this is what I'm going to shift. Next time, I'm going to change this. There should be something you can think about improving each time you're in there, no matter how long you've been an early childhood educator. So this, the last part is going to be your time log, the third submission. This is 4 more hours. So if you have turned in 7 hours and then you turn in 10 hours, I will go back and add points, but you still have to have 16 hours in order to receive full credit for the field experience for this course. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for a minimum of 12 hours in this one. So this is your week 6 explanation. Let me know if you have any questions.